This meeting is called to order. Good evening and welcome to the October 25, 2018 meeting of the Southeast Delco Board of School Directors. Please stand to salute the flag in a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What school was that? Supposed to do the Pledge of Allegiance. They sent that other poem, they said poem or something.
I didn't know that.
Ms. Scott, may I have a roll call, please? Dr. Scott.
Mrs. Gallagher,
Present.
Mrs. Irons,
Present.
Mr. McBride,
Present.
Miss Monroe,
Present.
Mr. Wilson,
Absent.
Dr. Wilson,
Here.
Miss Woodfolk,
Present.
Miss Scott Robinson,
Here.
Miss Phillips,
Here.
Dr. Butts,
Present.
Mr. DiOrio,
Present.
Mrs. Forbes,
Present.
Miss Harris Johnson.
Present. This time, I would just like to make some announcements or comments. There was two things that really impressed me that went on in our district and our schools. One was at Academy Park High School for the ninth graders. They had a special assembly for the ninth graders, and they were all there. Everyone, our special needs, and all the children were participated in it. And I was very much impressed. It was almost like they were going through their 12th grade graduation. Their names were called. They went up and they got a little pin and everything. And they also received a shirt. That's nice. Success Academy Park High School. And I thought that was so nice. And the kids were so happy and excited. You would have thought it was their graduation that night. It was really, really nice. They were well-mannerly and everything. I'm just proud of everyone who had something to do with it. Our principal, Dr. Nate Robinson, and I don't see Dr. Nate.
The assistant principal.
Miss Mike.
Miss Smythe. I'm bad with names. Please excuse me. Miss Smythe, I'm sorry I don't see her in the audience right now, but it was excellent. I'm proud of you, and I hope we have it every year because I'm sure that the students appreciate it. And also, we had at Delcroft, which was just this week on Tuesday, October the 23rd, that was the mathematics night at the school. It was well attended by the parents. I'm very pleased and was impressed at how many parents really came out for that. And the children were so excited. I mean, in every class that we went around to see, and thanks to Raquel Irons escorting me around and telling me what each teacher who, and things like that, that was very helpful to me. But in the classroom, the kids were participating and they were really into it, and Dr. Wilson, Sharon Wilson's nieces were there, and I mean, they were so excited when they were sitting there. Their mother came up to the door and they said, "No, we can't leave right now. No, we can't leave right now. We're not finished. We're not finished." So it was nice to see that the children were willing to come out after school was over, after they've completed everything they had at home, and even sit down and was willing to sit down with the teacher and, for more education and knowledge on everything. But it was all about math, and each teacher did their own thing in the way that they did it. It was well attended by other principals and other educators from all the other schools that we had to support Delcroft that night. And I want to say again, I thank each and every one of you for all that you did. And I know that the parents, as well as the teachers and the children, really appreciate you. Thank you.
Madam President, I also wanted to I was going to wait until my community report, but this was part of my community report. I personally called Miss Ray today, Ashley, I always mess up her last name.
Dr. Mosakowski.
Dr. Mosakowski today. You can tell, I know, and kids can tell when effort is put into their environment, anything around them. And as I explained to Miss Ray today, it was so pretty in there. And you can just tell across the stage was huge letters, and everything was decorated. There was flower pots with numbers coming out of them as flowers. And our administration took their time with this, and I was so pleased. I also called over to Harris to talk to Shawnee, about two teachers. I went to the class, Miss Mamorelli and Miss Donnelly. We loved their little class, the manipulatives in their class. And then also I called over to Sharon Hill today and spoke to Mr. Baxter and spoke to him about Mr. Moore's and Miss Testa's room too. And just some rooms that, we were in. Everyone did a wonderful job. And I just wanted to say, I, as a parent and as a board member, I do see all your hard work, and I am extremely thankful for the district effort.
And I just want to say one more thing with the ninth graders at Academy Park High School. When their names were called and they were called on the stage, each student was given a key. And these were painted by in the school, and on each key it has the year that they're graduating, 2022, and they're asking the children to keep these keys with them up until that time. And I understand what maybe they're going to put into place, that the 22nd day of every month, if it falls on a school day, they're going to ask the students to wear their shirts to school. So I really, really, really think it really is nice. And thank you, Dr. Robinson, for all of your help. Thank you. Dr. Butch, do you have a superintendent's report?
So I do, but I'm going to defer to begin with to the student reps, just so that I don't duplicate anything they say. And so our student reps have a report, so you can go ahead.
Good evening, members of the School Board of Directors, administrators, teachers, and students and community members. Here are your Academy Park High School announcements.
On Wednesday, October 3rd, there was an awards assembly to celebrate and congratulate 9th grade students that scored proficient or advanced on the 2018 PSSA and/or Keystone tests. Parents were invited to attend the assembly as well to commend their children. Celebrating the success of the students is a key factor in the transitioning to the 9th grade academy. On Wednesday, October 10th, the 9th grade academy commitment to graduation ceremony was facilitated. Parents, guardians, and family members were invited. During this special event, the 9th grade students made a commitment to graduate in 4 years. They received the key to success and the t-shirt and signed their name to the commitment banner. The ceremony highlighted the importance of establishing a framework and foundation for success in transitioning and graduating from Academy Park.
A dual enrollment information session was facilitated October 4th at Academy Park. Students took advantage of this opportunity to gather information on the dual enrollment program. The Community Foundation, formerly known as the Taylor Foundation, is accepting applications from seniors pursuing an undergraduate degree in the allied health professions. This is a $7,000 scholarship. The deadline for applying for the scholarship is November 9th, 2018 at 5 p.m. I'll say that again, November 9th, 2018 at 5 p.m. The Guided Pathway Support Program is hosting a free college application prep workshop for any interested high school students and parents on Saturday, October 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the University of Pennsylvania Hall of Flags. The event will feature college application advice from the University of Pennsylvania leadership and admissions professionals, a Ron Brown Scholarship College Journey speaker panel, free professional headshots, a breakout session on essay writing, the college application process, and social media, and applying to college from the perspective of an admissions officer, free lunch and refreshments. GPS is an initiative from the Ron Brown Scholarship Program to empower students as they apply to college. Space is extremely limited. For more information, please see Ms. Jackson.
APHS Night Nation had an awesome school spirit week, amazing pep rallies, and a grand homecoming festivities, including tailgating, the homecoming parade, and the announcement of the homecoming court. There were 2 pep rallies on October 5th, 2018. The Night Nation and Eagles pep rallies were both a huge success. The class of 1983 joined the homecoming festivities too. The first ever homecoming queen, Miss Cynthia Briscoe, crowned the 2018 homecoming queen. AP did an awesome job during School Spirit Week, tying in fun times with the PBIS initiatives. Speaking of PBIS initiatives, check out the steps throughout the school building at APHS. All stairwell steps throughout the school building are labeled with the PBIS themes. Be here, be responsible, be respectful, and be safe. Postponed due to scheduling conflicts, the annual Powder Puff football game was facilitated on Tuesday, October 23rd. Congratulations to the 11th grade and 9th grade teams on their victories. The Renaissance program is again placing emphasis on positive recognition for APHS students. Students caught being good and modeling the PBIS behavioral expectations can receive a positive referral. The administrators will give the kids a free pass to a sporting event or some other reward. The Renaissance program is dedicated to recognizing students, faculty, and staff members and celebrating success.
The first Rising Scholars session took place on Saturday, October 29th. Courtesy of the officer of Senator Williams and the Delta Sigma Thetas, the Rising Scholars and other Academy Park High School students were treated to a free movie and popcorn on Saturday, October 13th. We had the opportunity to view and watch the movie, The Hate You Give. Observing the movie was an awesome experience for our students. A huge thank you to Senator Williams and the Delta Sigma Thetas.
Poetic 101 Philly Slam League champions began poetry club sessions on Monday, October 1st.
National Honor Society members are available for tutoring and homework help every Tuesday after school until 3 p.m. in Ms. Ryder's room 220.
The process has been initiated for the Rain Garden at APHS Night Nation. A solid team of students are at work with our partners in making a rain garden, which started on October 16th. The partnership is inclusive of the following 2 contributors: Jamie Anderson, Diana Andrzak, and Mario Simino. Additionally, the American Orchid Society visited AP earlier today. There was a 1-hour presentation in the library to provide students with info on these delicate plants. Gifted and life skills students were given an orchid to care for until the Philadelphia Flower Show, where the flowers will be put on display. Academy Park should be well represented. Becca's Blood Drive. The Academy Park Interact Club and the American Red Cross invite everyone to the semi-annual Becca's Blood Drive being held on Tuesday, October 30th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the auxiliary gym.
On October 16th, the Tech Bridge had a very special presentation from the Valley Forge Military Academy and College. Mr. Nafis Akbar was accompanied by 2 of our very own Academy Park Tech Bridge students from last year, Robert Long and Devin Golds. These students attended Valley Forge now, and they gave the current students a terrific presentation about life at Valley Forge. We are currently working on scheduling our visit to the school in the upcoming month. But needless to say, we were very excited to see our alumni return and tell about the positive experiences they are having at school.
There will be a field trip to Delaware County Community College on Wednesday, November 14th. Students will get to discover DCC for a day and participate in college workshops. The College and Career Fair took place today, Thursday, October 25th, from 9:15 to 10:35 a.m. The event will take place in the main gym. APHS Night Nation students took advantage of this opportunity to gain additional information in regard to their future career and/or college university endeavors.
On October 2nd, the girls soccer team defeated Prindy with a final score of 4-2. This was the first win in the program's history, and the girls are ecstatic about the game. Congratulations to the team on their first victory. Kayla Minus opened the game, finishing beautifully on a corner kick, leading us into half with a 1-0 lead. Stephanie Saley scored her second hat trick of the season in the half to keep us on top. She now has scored 7 goals for the season. Anishka Simpson was the woman of the match, playing both midfield and defense. Without her performance, the outcome could have been very different. All of the ladies worked well together, and this was a total team win. Hopefully, there are many more victories to come, and now that we have a little taste of victory. And on October 19th, the AP girls soccer team ended their season against Haverford with a 1-0 victory. Anishka Simpson scored the lone goal for the Lady Knights with approximately 5 minutes left in the game. The defense earned their first shout-out and had outstanding performances from Agarine Tondeka and Sierra Coleman. Tanera Combs kept us in the game with solid saves while in the net. For a second-year program, they're doing excellent work. The team worked so hard and have been so determined throughout the season.
On October 8th, the boys and girls cross-country team defeated Chester. Congratulations to the team on the victory. Again, congratulations to the cross-country team for a great showing at the Del Val meet. Boy medalists include Calvin Keys and Sean Kahn. Girl medalists include Tamia Avery, Jada Pate, and second-place finisher Layla Ivory.
On September 27th, the field hockey team traveled to Inneborough. Varsity played a phenomenal game but came up short with a 3-2 loss. Morgan Joner and Amy Dow scored for the Knights. Taylor Zane came up with the big stops in the goal with the help of her defense, Jordan Lanier, Sierra Vargas, and Jenna Newcomb. Alicia Matthews helped control the middle of the field. The JV team defeated Inneborough for the second time this year by a score of 2-1. Cassidy Joner and Anaya Maples scored for AP, while Hanifa Hill got the victory in goal. JV is currently undefeated in their league. And on October 2nd, the field hockey team pulled off a double victory at Chichester. Varsity started the afternoon with a thrilling 2-1 win in overtime. Janiyah Carter scored early in the second half to tie the game. And then Tiani White got the game winner with 1 minute and 28 seconds left in the game. Taylor Zane made 13 saves and 1 goal. It was a total team effort. JV ran over Chichester with the 7-1 victory. Anaya Maple scored twice, and Cassidy Joner, Deborah Abiola, Nikki Lewis, Alana Robinson, and Madison McGowan all had a goal.
On October 2nd, the girls' tennis team dropped a tough 3-2 match to visiting Central League team Ridley. Winning for the Lady Knights were the top singles of Camila Erskine and Raja Azor. Also playing well was Akima Roger at number 3 singles. Congratulations again to the Knights for clinching the Del Val League Team Championship on October 3rd. This marks the team's 6th straight league team title, winning 47 straight Del Val League matches in the process.
On October 17th, the girls' tennis team closed their 2018 dual match season with a solid 5-0 victory over Chichester yesterday on the Knights courts. The team finishes with a perfect 6-0 Del Val League record and as champions for the 6th straight year and a 9-7 overall record. The win was also marked their 48th consecutive Del Val League dual match victory. Winning for the Lady Knights were Camille Erskine, Raja Azor, and Taylor Smith in singles, and the double teams of Asaya Bay/Kate Panthapong and Akima Rogers and Brie Jackson.
This concludes your AP announcements.
Thank you. And young ladies, I know you have a lot of homework to do and you'd like to get home and complete it. So if you would like to leave, it's okay. And while they're leaving, I just may say, Dr. Brooks, I just forgot to make the announcement as to, please note that any person wishing to address the board must be a resident or employee of the district. Provide their names and address and complete the yellow card, which you'll find in the back of the room. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you to the students for the wonderful, comprehensive announcements. We greatly appreciate it. So we'll make my report relatively brief. I want to highlight the board boardroom, the artwork around the boardroom is from Harris School, grades 1 through 8 building. Actually, yes, I'm not positive it was changed now that I think about it. It says for November, December, so I may be jumping ahead of myself. I apologize. But the artwork for November and December will be from Harris School. So please take some time to look at that. As was highlighted already, we had rain gardens started at Academy Park and also at Darby Township School this month. It was through some grant funding and some work from a number of different agencies, coordinated by one of our teachers, Colleen DiMaggio, and students from the district gifted program and also our life skills program. Worked along with specialists from Eastern Delaware County Stormwater Collaborative and the Pennsylvania Resource Council Watershed Initiative to install the gardens. They have been installed over the last couple of weeks. So as they come up, we'll provide some additional pictures so the board and community members can see them. Just want to say a big thank you to the district grounds staff, including our director, Harry Young, and also the lead groundskeeper, Steve Vanini. Without their help and support, this project would not have been possible. So thank you very much. The other item I do want to acknowledge is over the last couple of weeks, we have worked on and submitted a school safety and security grant. One of the action items on the board agenda is to highlight the submission of that grant, and it is now being reviewed by the state, along with, I would imagine, a grant from most every district in the state. That is my report for now. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Butz. Now for the approvals. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as submitted?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the September 27, 2018 regular board business meeting?
So moved. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the treasurer report?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any questions on the bills? Ms. Dorothy Gallagher?
It's on now. Okay. I have a few questions. I'm going to give the page number so we can find it. It's on 202. Actually, it's at the bottom of 201 and the top of 202. It's just a question about the Chromebooks. I was wondering if you could share with us who will be using these Chromebooks that we've just purchased. Do you need the invoice number or the
Sorry.
check number?
I see that. Is he hiding back there?
Okay.
Okay. Is that
That's our MAT 180 program.
okay?
That my phone.
Likely it is. I'm not positive on that. So that's why I was looking for actually Dr. Ryan. So yeah, I didn't think he was hiding back there. So okay.
So
Okay, hold on just a moment. Let me just review.
it's at the bottom of 201 and the top of 202.
Yes, it is the Chromebooks from for Sharon Hill. Mr. Baxter, you want to give a brief statement at a microphone with what they would be used for?
Right. Oh, that's nice, Sharon Hill.
So
I think it's on.
No.
Patience. If you come up here, we can probably hear you quite well.
So the Chromebooks are for our fifth grade Math 180 program. So it's students, it's about 30 students in that classroom. And it's one of our programs that we use for math interventions.
Turn your mic on.
Quite a while ago to start buying them.
Correct.
So I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
So this was an additional purchase for Chromebooks, and it was a request by the building principal based on the need for the Math 180 program. So
Okay. The next one is on the same page. This is the Delta T group. I don't really know who the Delta T group is, so I was wondering what service do they render to us? And it's on same page, 202.
So just the Delta T is the agency that provides us with personal care assistants, substitute aid positions to work with students one-on-one who have special needs. So
Okay.
in addition, we have our own staff that does that, but this is to supplement it. And while we, if we have a need over a long period of time, we will hire staff instead of using Delta T.
So would this be like a contract that we have with
Yes.
them? Or?
So it's
Okay.
on an as-need basis. So if we have a student who has special needs that is requiring, as part of their special education plan, to have some individual assistance, this person would provide that one-on-one assistance to the student.
That's good. Thank you. Next question would be, I don't know how to put this. Okay. We've paid some money to the Radnor Township School District for a student. Does that mean that because we can't
So that
supply the service that this one, and I assume it's one student, that we let them-
student is in a special education class run
Is that
by
what it
the
would be? That would be a
intermediate
special
unit.
okay,
So the intermediate unit contracts with that district for a classroom in their building. We pay the intermediate unit for their service when the student's in their classroom.
okay.
Some of the services, specials, go to gym class, items like that, if they're included in a regular classroom setting. Radnor then charges us for that service because it's done by their teachers.
Glad our students are getting the best help they can. Okay. I was wondering if I could get the address for the PA Charter Business Office Charter School. In our bills, it's called PA Charter Business Office. I'm assuming that's the name of the school, and I believe it's outside Wilkes-Barre, and I would like the address so I can look it up.
So
Is it possible to get the address?
We can provide that to you.
Okay, thank you. Just one more question. On page 213, and I have the check number for this one. It's called School Tax Billing Service. Can we figure out?
213.
It's on page 213, and the check number is 57432. And the amount we paid out was $5,567.68. And what is written in the billing is school tax billing service. So Is this a service that we pay to collect people's taxes, or do we give this to tax collectors, or what does this mean, in other words?
So, Dr. Scott?
Do you have any idea?
It's the county, it's Delaware County, for them providing, I'm trying to find the bill because it's most likely the bills, when they provide the tax bills and then they bill us for that.
Oh, so they're the ones that made the mistake then, when they left a notice that I had not paid my school tax for 2017. I knew it was not
Several people got
our
that notice.
fault. Our employees checked and everything was fine. And my municipality, they checked and that was fine. So I just wanted to make sure that it had something to do with the county, and I would just like to know, who left that notice for me. I know it's not our
So-
employees.
I believe Dr. Scott will follow up with you to finalize that
Thank you.
issue. The billing that you highlighted, the County of Delaware, that is for our getting the bills from them and then us being able to mail it out.
Okay.
So it's providing that service. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Gallagher. Do I have a motion to approve the bills for payment in the amount of $4,670,533.91?
So move.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. There's no old or unfinished business. Questions on business items? Are there any questions on education item 1 through 3? Are there any questions on finance, items 1 through 5? Are there any questions on human resources, items 1 through 12? Are there any questions on policy, items 1 through 4?
I don't have a question, but I have a request
Turn your mic on.
that the policy committee, the policy committee can maybe give an explanation of, this would be a first reading, okay? So they don't have to give give this right now, but I would like them to give a synopsis of what these new policies are. Because I looked at one that was like 9 pages long, and there was another one that was close to 9 pages long. So it's just a request to the policy committee if they could help us out by making a,
Madam President, if Dr. Ryan can come up here and do that right now, I would greatly appreciate it.
yeah, it's the first reading. We could do it.
No, I would like Dr. Ryan to come do it right now if possible. The synopsis.
So with the policies, most of the changes, and Dr. Ryan still makes his way up here, most of the changes are recommendations coming through Pennsylvania School Board Association. They are either changes due to new regulations being put into place, or often a legal action takes place and then we tweak it because of that. So go ahead, Dr. Ryan.
So Dr. Butz is correct. So the first policy, 006, is about the school board itself. And there is a change, as you can see on the background, for the voting requirements. And there is also an additional topic that can be discussed in executive session, which is anything detailing safety and security that needs to be kept somewhat private and out of the public information, such as specifics to plans and things like that. So that is an update for the first policy, 006.
Okay.
The second policy, which is the adoption of textbooks, the only change to that policy
is that they are adding the definition that electronic textbooks also fit under this policy. Before it was just the broad statement of textbooks. They are specifically adding the digital format for textbooks as a recommended change for 108. On 246, we already have a school wellness policy. We've updated it a number of times. The language in this surrounds environmental health, which is sort of a generic term. What they really mean is they want the school district to test for safe drinking water, which we already do, but it has never been specifically stated in policy previously. So that's the change for number 246. There are also some minor changes about nutritional things and PE classes, but the general change for this policy is about safe drinking water.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And then the last policy, the child abuse policy, number 806, is also one we've changed a number of times. The specifics for this policy that will be new after the second reading, one has to deal with the additional language of child trafficking. The policy before was mainly about child abuse. So they're adding the definition of child trafficking to this policy. And also there is language that it is now unacceptable for employees who know that other employees have left a district under a child abuse claim to help them get a position in another school district. So for example, if somebody resigned for us or we had terminated them because they had violated either a law or this policy, we can't knowingly withhold that if they're trying to get another position in
Oh,
another
I
school.
see, okay. All right, that
And
makes sense.
they are the
Okay.
additions to number 806.
Okay.
Dr. Ryan, just for clarification of all the policies that came before the board tonight, that any policy change that was made either by PSBA or some type of legal action, that they're all in bold print within the policy so that every board member can see that that is the part that's being changed in the policy and not the whole entire policy.
Correct, it is not the whole entire policy. Generally, the changes are in bold, and this is the system we
Thank you.
use from PSBA. There's a change in a law or a statute. They change their policies, send them to us for us to look at. We can adopt the policies as they are, or we can make our own edits as a school board. You can make your own edits as a school board and choose to tailor it any way that fits the school district.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan, also. Are there any questions on property item 1? Are there any comments from the public regarding agenda items? Hearing none. New business, voting. Do I have a motion to approve education items 1 through 3?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve finance items 1 through 5?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve human resources items 1 through 11?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Madam President, I need to
Abstain.
abstain. Yes, thank you. Abstain on number 3.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve policy items 1 through 4?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve property items 1?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. County Community Committee reports. Dr. Wilson, do you have a report on the Delaware County Community
So,
College?
yeah, so last night, several of us attended the DCCC liaison dinner that they have once a year for the participating school districts. So we got to meet different people that work at DCCC. We got to meet DCCC board members and also just other school district board members. So that was really cool. We also had a liaison meeting afterwards. Learned a little bit more about dual enrollment. Got to talk about dual enrollment with a couple of people there. A couple of things I learned in the meeting. They're starting a pilot, which I didn't even know about, and I'm an adjunct there, but with texting. So using texting as reminders, like from teachers to students and administrators, stuff like that. I thought that was a really cool idea because a lot of the students, a lot goes through email, like even through the Canvas board, but a lot of them are not even checking their email anymore. It's really like moving from that to text. So that's something they're trying out, which is cool. It's also been at DCCC, it's 9 years in a row, the Great College to Work For, which apparently is the longest in a row. I think they said of any of them in this area, or at least in Pennsylvania. The enrollment, it was still going a little bit down, but right now it's leveled off. So that's good. That's a good sign, which means it might not be going any more down. And that's about it. They just implemented a really cool looking new alert system too, which I didn't know about. So now at least I know, but it's like this big yellow thing and it's in different places on the campus. And if something goes wrong, it can like alert and have noises, and then you can like talk to it, and it goes right to the police, like I'm guessing the Marple police or wherever, because there's different campuses. So I don't know much about it, but it looks like it could be effective. I mean, it just looked kind of like it was big and yellow. So, I mean, I don't know. It was something they've been working on for like a couple years. So that's about it for the new stuff there. But the dinner was nice. It was nice to go there and see some of the newer people that are working. The new president's been there for a couple years, and there are other newer people that are the new like dean positions. So we got to meet some of them. That's it.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. Ms. Monroe, do you have a report on the Delaware County Intermediate Unit?
Yes, I do. The DCIU has finished one phase of the Aston project. And so we have all district students, not just Southeast Elko, but other districts of the Delaware County attending the Aston building. There are some updates in your communication folder as well, but I just wanted to mention that that the Aston campus is part up and running.
Thank you, Ms. Monroe. Mrs. Forbes, do you have a report on the PSBA Legislative Council?
Yes, I do. Okay. First, I'd like to tell you that last week, 3 board members attended the PSBA School Leaders Conference, and we attended 2 really good plenary sessions, and also the workshop sessions were excellent. We attended a workshop in regards to what 10 things every board member should know about special education, as well as another big one was the Why Try session, and that was related to teaching students about resilience and how to empower themselves and stop thinking that they can't do, and teach them how they can, changing their whole mindset. So, which was a great program, and hopefully, maybe we could bring it to our school district. I know some other school districts have it. The other thing is, in regards to the PSBA Legislative Council, one of the things that I want to update is that there has been roughly about a third of the 11th graders within the state of Pennsylvania have not passed the biology or algebra keystones. And that's related to Senate Bill 1095. And 1095 gives districts alternate pathways, multiple pathways to students graduating and meeting requirements. One of those multiple pathways is something that Cherie just mentioned about Delaware County Technical Schools. Aston has a great program for our students as well as Fallcroft, Marple campuses, where the students can provide providing successful completion and passing tests. Tests would be another option for graduation opposed to taking Keystones. So there are other bills that are in play. But that's the one big one, because I think that, and we believe that students meeting graduation requirements and being prepared for post-secondary outcomes is really important. So. Yes, exactly. I'm sorry. I didn't mention that the bill, Governor Wolf signed and approved Senate Bill 1095, which, if it's signed, is no longer a Senate bill, it's a bill. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Mrs. Forbes.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Orange, do you have a report on the Parent-Student Advisory Committee?
Madam President, I do. Thank you. The Parent-Student Advisory Committee met on the 16th of this month. We had a handful of parents come out, which was really nice. We had one teacher and Mr. Bogash. Thank you, Cherie, for attending. And yeah. I want to thank. Where's Jeff Ryan? Yeah, right. I was pleasantly surprised because I looked at this coming up the steps. Jeff Ryan popped up, and I was grateful. I'm sorry. I was correct. I stand to be corrected, Dr. Ryan. I was truly grateful that you supported me. We talked to the parents about different happenings in the district. We talked to the parents about different happenings, communities. We gave out flyers. We gave the parents opportunities to express any concerns, and most of them that they were pretty brief. And Dr. Ryan was able to answer them right there. It was only maybe one or two, so I was grateful for that. We had Ms. Coffey. Actually, Ms. Coffey is in the audience tonight. We were speaking about her Christmas event that we're going to volunteer. So overall, I thought it was a great meeting. We are going to have our next meeting on the 13th at 6 o'clock at the community center. Dr. Ryan, please tell me if you did tell me that was a good day, correct? It didn't.
Worried about the high school report back.
Right, we're good. Okay. And then after that, we're going to go to every other month, but we just wanted to have back-to-backs just to get parents used to coming to the meetings. One parent actually gave a great response to Mr. Robinson. Help me out. For Rising Scholars and Power School, how helpful Mr. Grotto is. She gave an excellent report and how appreciative she was and how great the Rising Scholars program is. And she was very grateful. Also, I wanted to work a lot on communication. I'm trying to build, that's the reason for this committee. We work a lot on trying to bridge the gap. And I want to thank Mr. Robinson for helping me. We had an issue with the children that were in the cyber program that are seniors and they didn't get all the information. So Mr. Casey and Ms. Llewellyn made an app specifically for the seniors that are over at the cyber program or Night Academy, that they will receive all that information. Mr. Robinson, I know we fuss sometimes, but we worked this one out. It took a while. We worked it out, and I should say your staff worked it out, and I am truly, truly grateful as a parent of a senior in that situation. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Just two other things, and I'm going to get off the mic. I want to say I'm responsible for the two different schools, for Sharon Hill and the high school. And I just wanted to highlight, Mr. Baxter is probably going to be mad at me, but I wanted to personally highlight Mr. Baxter's gain in the test scores. He had a 20-point jump in one of his areas, and this year from last year to this year. I believe it was English or reading. Was it English? Reading, yes. It was a 20-point jump on the testing. Mr. Baxter, please don't be mad at me, but I feel, and I, as a parent, first of all, that I appreciate and I applaud everyone at your school and all your efforts and all the teachers. And I feel sometimes we don't say thank you enough and how you're appreciated. So from me to you and to all your staff, I truly appreciate all your hard work. Also, Mr. Baxter, there, along with the grants that are on page 177, one thing I noticed wasn't mentioned, Mr. Baxter also received a $10,000 stipend for, and as we talked, I believe he's going to use it towards professional development. Am I correct? Thinking about, okay, yes. So I just want to let y'all know that people are working hard, and sometimes the board, we don't get this information, and I appreciate, I got 90% of feedback from the administrators on sending me monthly things that are going on, working towards 100%, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything that y'all do. And I will get off, I'm taking up too much time, so I'll get off the microphone.
So I just want to say one thing. In these meetings, parents have the opportunity to express how they're feeling, whether it's negative or positive. Every meeting we've had thus far has always been a positive. So kudos to the committee that was started by the school board. Most parents who come, they come with solutions to a problem. So it's not like a bashing session. It is actually a applauding session to teachers, principals. So to the board, please know that the parents do come out. They do appreciate the work that's being done in our district. The only concern I have is that the communication between, I would really like all school buildings to be able to communicate with this committee so that we are communicating on your behalf and following up on things you may have at your school, so that if they don't know about it, and if we don't know about it, then we can't support you as a school building if you're not sending the information to Ms. Irons so that she can present it in these meetings. So, Dr. Bush, I would just ask that during your administrative team meeting that we ask all principals to send that information when requested.
So I think all principals are aware of that. I would expect that they would follow up. Most of them are in this room. And if Dr. Ryan would make sure that anybody missing, that they follow up. Key thing is get the information to Ms. Irons so that she can put it into a form that it can be provided to the parents. At the same time, principals should be getting that information to Ms. Federoff so that we can definitely make sure it's on the website also. Okay?
Before the solicitor's report, can I add something? Okay. So in regards to, this is not a part of my report, but it's in conjunction with my report. So I'd like to add that along with since the state has approved multiple pathways to graduation, my sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha, has a signature program called CAPS, which is College Admissions Process. And I do have applications that I will be sending to Mr. Robinson and Mr. Newcomer, so that students can apply for the CAP program. The CAP program will focus on searching for colleges, preparing for testing, and also for, what else? Let me see. Searching for colleges, preparing for testing, and then, preparing their college applications, and then also helping the students to just be poised while they wait for decisions.
Thank you, Mrs. Irons, for the report, and everyone else for the comments that they've made after she has made her report. And I'm glad that we do have this committee in place because I can see that it will be an asset to this district. Mr. DiOrio, do you have a solicitor's report?
After all of those comprehensive reports, I really have nothing more to add.
Thank you, Mr. DiOrio. Dr. Butts, are there any administrative updates?
Just highlighting, prior to this meeting, we had an executive session with the board to discuss a number of legal items, also to discuss my evaluation, and we had an executive session prior to the committee of the whole meeting, or after the committee of the whole meeting, also to discuss negotiations and some legal items. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Butts. Are there any comments from citizens regarding non-agenda items?
Sorry. Yes.
I saw something.
Ms. Felicia Coffey?
Yes.
Would you please state your name and your address, please? And you have 3 minutes.
I'll just highlight, we do have another comment card. The person is not a resident of our community, so you do need to sort of cover, if you had 2 things that you wanted him to highlight also, you'll have to try to cover yours, his stuff also. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Felicia Coffey. I live at 1023 North Street in Collinsville. So I have two things actually on the agenda. This is for an after-school program with a multimedia piece with the Mega Now Agency for TV Production and Media Distribution. We just want to leave you some information on that, so we'll be able to come back in front of you guys and be more in depth, because there's no way we can get anything out in enough time to tell you guys tonight. And also, in addition to that, with the Empowerment Zone, we had a Christmas event last year, and Mr. Bogash and Ms. Brock and everyone was in support of that. And what we are asking, because Toys R Us closed down, we're asking for 2 things: as many donations as you want to give, and also volunteer time is volunteers to help out. Because last year, throughout the whole Southeast Delco School District, we provided over 700 kids with a gift for Christmas. So I know it's going to almost double this year, because it is such a beautiful event. And I just ask for your support once again on this endeavor. It is December the 22nd in the Collinsville Community Center from 12 to 4.
Okay.
And I just want to leave you with some information about the after-school program that I just tried to talk about. Thank you.
Excuse me, Ms. Coffey, is the name of the company Mega, what is the name of the after-school program company?
No, well, it's 2 companies combined. It's the Empowerment Zone and combined with the Mega Now Agency.
Okay.
And that's the media production.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
your time.
Just be careful with your stuff.
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, please.
Please. This list is right here.
Yeah, right.
Very much, Ms. Coffey. Now, our announcements for this board meeting next month have changed because of Thanksgiving. The Committee of the Whole will be Thursday, November 8th, 2018 at 6 p.m. Board Business Meeting will be Thursday, November 15th at 7 p.m.
Yeah, soon because of the holiday.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.